Good evening. Welcome to this edition of Northeast Diary. Here we bring you the latest developments from India's unexplored Northeast region. Friends, in today's world of cutthroat competition and a very busy life, who doesn't reach for a cup of coffee to perk up? But did you know that the Nagaland Coffee was awarded internationally recently? Nagaland Coffee has been awarded the Silver Plaque for securing the fourth position on the coffee criteria in the 2021 contest held by the Aurora International Taste Challenge. The challenge took place at the end of September near Stellenbosch, South Africa, to celebrate and to pay tribute to the universal food quality. The Aurora International Taste Challenge was established to recognize and award food and drinks excellence internationally while helping consumers purchase award-winning, scientifically rated products with confidence. More from our Kohima correspondent.
Nagaland Coffee is ascribed and purely organic with the potential of producing the best coffee in the world is leading Nagaland and the Northeast to export coffee at the global market. The Land Resource Department, Government of Nagaland has extended MOU with Noble Coast Private Limited based in South Africa processes and exports coffee to the global market for 30 years. With this joint venture, Nagaland Coffee has met a significant benchmark again in the international scenario by bagging silver in the Aurora International Taste Challenge 2021 for blended black coffee. A. Pangjung Jamir, Director of Land Resource Department, Government of Nagaland, shares on the achievements of Nagaland Coffee.
When we promoted this coffee in our state, way back in 2014 and 15, our target was to, encourage our farmers to go for this coffee plantation in our state. And as we all know that coffee is one of the crops where the farmers can get a maximum profit, for which we feel that definitely by encouraging this or promoting this coffee, definitely our rural economy also can be uplifted. So for which our department has come up with this coffee development in our state. In fact, initially we were a little worried about the marketing to export up our product. But Dr. Peter, he came in and we had a MOU with their company, that Noble Coast company from South Africa. That's how the Naga coffee is being promoted and it's disposed and sell out to our Naga coffee to South Africa, that Noble Coast company. In Nagaland, maximum area it covers a Kohima district. And some of our, bureaucrats and politicians also, they are also into this coffee plantation. And now the area coverage is more than 9,000 hectares in Nagaland.
Coffee produced from farm in Kohima, Mokokchung, Mon, Wokha and Zinubuto district are currently being exported to South Africa and the Gulf countries. For Northeast Diary, this is Asunyo from AIR News, Kohima.
In order to make the young life sciences and biotechnology graduates ready to take up jobs in industries, laboratories of institutions, universities and colleges, as well as to establish startups and incubators on their own in their respective fields, Pasighat College of Horticulture and Forestry in Arunachal Pradesh is organizing a DBT Skill Vigyan program in the institute. We have a report.
In Arunachal Pradesh, a 3-month-long training program on student training and technician training sponsored by Skill Vigyan program is underway at Pasighat College of Horticulture and Forestry in East Siang District. The program commenced on March 5 this month and will conclude on June 5. Course coordinator at Pasighat College of Horticulture and Forestry, Dr. Y. Disco Singh, informed that the program is focusing on promotion of working skill and career opportunities besides generation of employment avenues in agriculture, food processing and biotechnology research. He said that along with others, the trainees are being given training on molecular biotechnology application and plant tissue culture techniques.
अरुणाचल प्रदेश का जो जितना यंग ग्रेजुएट स्टूडेंट्स हैं जो एक्चुअली जॉब के लिए तरस रहे हैं, तो उन लोग को स्किल डेवलपमेंट कराने के लिए उन लोग के लिए ये प्रोग्राम रखा गया है। इसमें से जो भी स्टूडेंट जो लाइफ साइंस हो या फिर लाइफ साइंस का कोई भी ग्रेजुएशन कंप्लीट किया, बॉटनी हो, बायोटेक हो, जूलॉजी हो, तो जितना जो लाइफ साइंस का जो ब्रांचेस है उसमें जो भी ग्रेजुएशन कंप्लीट किया है उन लोग को अप्लाई कर सकता है और उन लोग के लिए ही ये प्रोग्राम रखा गया है। ये प्रोग्राम का आउटकम मेनली इन लोग को स्किल नंबर 1 तो स्किल डेवलपमेंट होगा, नंबर 2 उन लोग को ये ट्रेनिंग के दौरान हैंड्स ऑन ट्रेनिंग दिया जाएगा, जैसे कि हैंड्स ऑन ट्रेनिंग मोलिकुलर बायोटेक्नोलॉजी एप्लीकेशन, जैसे कि हैंड्स ऑन ट्रेनिंग इन प्लांट टिश्यू कल्चर टेक्निक्स। तो इन लोग को यहाँ पर 3 महीने में SRD जो एस्काई और जो LSDC जो है उसके हिसाब से हम लोग उन लोग को सिखाएंगे, और सिखाने के बाद उन लोग को यहाँ से पास आउट होने के बाद इंडस्ट्री प्लेसमेंट तक के लिए हम लोग ये प्रोग्राम के अंदर में हैं। तो हम लोग कोशिश करते हैं कि इंडस्ट्री में उन लोग को प्लेसमेंट होने का जो लाइफ साइंस सेक्टर का जो है और एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर का है उनके द्वारा उन लोग को प्लेसमेंट देने के लिए भी ये प्रोग्राम है।
Mr. Singh also informed that under the program, there are also provisions for job placements after the completion of the training program at various industries. For Northeast Diary, this is Rakesh Dole, AIR News, Itanagar.
Often referred to as the Sentinels of the Northeast, the Assam Rifles have come a long way in serving the country right from the British Raj days to the present-day India. The oldest paramilitary force of the country, the Assam Rifles, celebrated its 187th Raising Day last week at its headquarters located at Lightcore, Shillong, in a grand manner. More from our correspondent in Shillong.
The Assam Rifles celebrated its 187th Raising Day in a grand manner with the august presence of the Union Minister of State for Home, Nityanand Rai, including the Director General of Assam Rifles, Lieutenant General P.C. Nair, senior officers and Jawans of the paramilitary force. A special Sainik Sammelan was also held as part of the celebration, where the Union Minister congratulated the coveted paramilitary force for their outstanding service towards the country. The Assam Rifles was established by the British in the year 1835 as the Kasar Levy to protect the tea estates and their settlements against tribal raids. Later, these forces were reorganized as the Frontier Force as their role was increased to conduct of punitive expeditions across the border of Assam. Post-independence, the roles of the Assam Rifles continued to evolve, ranging from conventional combat role during Sino-India War 1962, operating in foreign land as part of the Indian Peacekeeping Force to Sri Lanka in 1987, to peacekeeping role in the northeastern states in the face of growing tribal unrest and insurgency, wherein the maintenance of law and order, countering insurgency and reassuring the people of the region became important tasks for the Assam Rifles. Today, the force remains deployed in some of the most remote and underdeveloped areas and provides security to locals. Assam Rifles has grown substantially over the years from 17 battalions in 1960 to 46 battalions at present. The Union Minister of State for Home said that the Assam Rifles during its glorious history has contributed significantly to the maintenance of peace and harmony in the insurgency-affected areas of the Northeast and Jammu and Kashmir, and has performed exemplary work in preventing drug trafficking.
जो आपका स्थापना दिवस है 1835 के कछार देवी के नाम से असम राइफल दोनों विश्व युद्धों एवं स्वतंत्रता के पश्चात सभी लड़ाइयों में अपनी महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाई है। आपने लंबे इतिहास के दौरान असम राइफल को सभी सैनिक बलों में अधिकतम वीरता पुरस्कारों से आप सम्मानित हुए हैं। यह अनूठा गौरव आपको प्राप्त है। यह बल प्रभावी युद्ध कौशल से परिपूर्ण संगठन के रूप में उभर के आ चुका है और जिस पे आज देश को नाज है। इसमें 46 बटालियन और 1 इंडिया बटालियन है। असम राइफल ने अपने गौरवशाली इतिहास के दौरान पूर्वोत्तर और जम्मू और कश्मीर एवं उग्रवाद ग्रस्त राज्यों में शांति और सद्भावना बनाए रखने में अपना अहम योगदान दिया है। असम राइफल्स ने पूर्वोत्तर में उग्रवाद के खिलाफ लड़ाई और भारत म्यांमार खिलाफ मादक पदार्थों की तस्करी रोकने में भी काफी सफलता प्राप्त किया है। असम राइफल ऐसे भी इस सैनिक बल को लोग कहते हैं कि ऑलराउंडर है।
Fondly called Friends of the Northeast People, the force is the highest awarded and most decorated paramilitary force of the nation. This is Rustam for Northeast Diary from AIR News, Shillong.
In the contemporary age, the status of women in the society has immensely improved as compared to the earlier days. However, there are still some issues to address relating to the women's rights, their safety, security and empowerment. To address these issues, the union government and state governments have been implementing many programs in a cohesive manner. Mizoram is one such state where the Department of Women and Child Development implements various programs for special care and assistance to the women in need. Here is a report from our correspondent from Aizawl. Recycling and repurposing waste is an important part of waste management and pollution control today. In Sikkim, this area has seen eco-entrepreneurs like Bob Andrews Sherpa coming up with innovative solutions. Sherpa has created a product made with biodegradable waste which can replace plastic products. A report.
Bob Andrew Sherpa, who hails from Rinok in Sikkim's Baktong district, has set up a unit which manufactures eco-friendly plastic. Moved by growing environmental exploitation, Sherpa focused his research on waste management and came up with the idea of manufacturing degradable plastic bags from vegetable waste. While contributing to pollution reduction, the concept of converting vegetable waste into plastic bags will also generate employment. Bob Andrew Sherpa speaks about the initiative.
The environment exploitation because of plastic has always been there, and I always wanted to do something about it. And biodegradable plastics, I used to see it a lot in Western countries actually, they doing it. And then I started researching on it, and then things just happened little by little. How does it benefit the local community? So if I have to talk in a business perspective, a lot of employment generation would be there, and since we are focusing completely on local employment, so obviously if a factory starts, there would be workers. And not just that, since I will be the manufacturer, there's a room for lots of dealers and distributors, which I'm just considering locals. So employment generation wise, there's gonna be a good help to our people. And now raw materials I'm exporting, but all the raw materials required from me is there in our place. So, but it requires a little bit of time, and we have plans for conducting some campaigns where we will teach the farmers of how to discard their waste and how we can buy them and how they can process it. So there is also a room for, a lot of economic growth of our people. If you aren't using plastic, it's going to do good to the environment, our place. If you have to talk about future plans, the plan is very simple. It is just to restore the environment, and how much ever we can do, we're going to do it. Now, we just have two products, that is 100% biodegradable carry bags and the garbage bags. These are the least recycled. Actually, it is not recycled, even 1% of it. It just ends up somewhere in a landfill. So we've been working on paper bottles as well. So hopefully by December, we're going to bring that in the market as well. And we're planning to actually expand all over Sikkim. We're going to set up some more of our manufacturing units all over Sikkim.
Going forward, Sherpa plans to campaign for the cause across Sikkim and create awareness about the environmental impact of plastic waste. He also aims to launch paper bottles in the near future and include farmers in the initiative to benefit locals. With Sarkit Sarkar, this is Tashang Mubutia for Northeast Diary from AIR News, Sikkim.
Tripura is heading towards catching one more milestone in terms of micro and medium small-scale industrialization. Holding hands of poor man's wood means bamboo plants. Enriched by bamboo plantations, Tripura is a well-known destination for bamboo-based handicrafts. Now it is exploring new areas of business and trade based on bamboo. Here is a report from our correspondent from Agartala.
Artisans of Tripura have already carved a niche in bamboo-based handicraft works in the country and abroad. Also, there are hundreds of small units in the state which have been in the trade of supply of bamboo mat sticks for making incense sticks to many South Indian states. Thousands of people of the state sustain their livelihood by making craft works and bamboo sticks. What seems a new vista now, those artisans are going to catch up now, is making all kinds of agarbatti or incense sticks in a finished form in place of just supplying the thin sticks to outside the states. In this venture, a big name is Bamboo and Cane Development Institute, VCDI. This government organization, in collaboration with the Fragrance and Flavor Development Center, FFDC of Kanuns under the Ministry of MSME recently organized training for the artisans to learn about the extraction and stories of different perfume used for agarbatti making. Talking about the training program, Deputy Manager of FFDC, Dr. Sunil Yadav said that participant artisans were taught about the process of developing the aromas and the metrics of proportions of the mixture of different chemicals to pull out fresh scents.
आज के दिन हम लोग जो है उनको थोड़ा सा बिजनेस मैनेजमेंट, कैसे इसमें प्रॉफिट्स होंगे, कैसे लॉसेस होंगे और अगरतला में हम क्या कर सकते हैं उसके बारे में हमने उन्हें ज्ञान दिया कि यहाँ पर कुछ सुगंधित फसलों की खेती की जा सकती है। जैसे कि शुरू में पता चला कि यहाँ पे कुछ लोग जो है कपूर कचरी या जो है थोड़ा बहुत कुछ लोग जो है लेमन ग्रास पे कर रहे हैं, लेकिन हमारे यहाँ जो कृषि वैज्ञानिक हैं श्री कमलेश जी, उन्होंने सुगंधित फसलों के बारे में बताया कि इनका भी भविष्य यहाँ पर है और उससे भी धनार्जन किया जा सकता है बहुत अच्छा खासा। और इसके बाद जो है उसको हम अगरबत्ती में जो रिफ्यूज मटेरियल है अगरबत्ती में एज ए इंग्रेडिएंट प्रयोग में ला सकते हैं। दूसरा, हम जैसे यहाँ पर अगरवुड का जो पूरा जंगल हम देख रहे हैं, अगर हम उस लकड़ी को पाउडर फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट कर लेते हैं, उसको भी हम जो है अगरबत्ती में एक बहुत बड़ा इंग्रेडिएंट ले सकते हैं। जहां पर हम चारकोल को थोड़ा सा रिड्यूस कर दें, जहां पे अगर हमें आधा मिला के हम कर रहे हैं, वहां पे अगर हम अगरवुड प्रयोग में लाए तो हमारी कॉस्ट भी डिक्रीज कर जाएगी, क्योंकि यहाँ पर बहुत आयत मात्रा में।
He said that agricultural scientists participating in the training also highlighted several local crops which have unique fragrance value, and cultivation of these crops on a commercial scale will benefit the farmers and also reduce the cost of chemicals used in the making of incense sticks making. For Northeast Diary, this is Rina Nomaitem from Agartala.
And there is a good news for all of us. Rhino numbers in Kaziranga of Assam are rising. Our Dibrugarh correspondent has the details.
The one-horned rhino population at Kaziranga National Park in Assam jumps by 200 in last 4 years. The 4-day census of rhino at the national park, which conducted recently, has put the estimate number at 2,613. The census recorded 903 females, 750 males and 170 of undetermined sex in the adult category of above 6 years. In the sub-adult category of 3 to 6 years, 146 females, 116 males and 103 whose sex could not be determined were found. Kaziranga National Park Director Jitendra Sharma said 279 rhinos in the juvenile category of 1 to 3 years and 146 cows aging less than 1 year were also recorded. In the last census in 2018, the rhino population in the park, which is spread over 859.98 square kilometer, was 2,413. Altogether, 64 enumerators, 12 independent observers and 49 media observers participated in the census exercise. 50 elephants were deployed to cover all 48 compartments of the park and its additional areas, while 252 frontline staffs were directly involved in the exercise. Drones were used for simple recheck and GPS devices were provided to the officials in taking census for better observation. The rhino census was also conducted in Orang National Park and Pavitra Wildlife Sanctuary. Both the habitats recorded an increase in the population of rhinos. In Orang, 125 rhinos were recorded against 101 in 2018, while in Pavitra, 107 rhinos were counted as against 102 during the previous census. For Northeast Diary, this is Pranab Kumar Nath from Dibrugarh.
A nurse is one who opens the eyes of a newborn and gently closes the eyes of a dying man. Today we bring to you an interview with a 53-year-old sister, Veronica Vuanthe.
A native of Aizawl, Mizoram, Sister Veronica Vuanthe has been providing relentless services to the people, especially pregnant mothers of Soklong and adjoining villages in Mosinram in East Khasi district of Meghalaya since 2018. Through the St. Xavier Care and Support Center located in the area. She feels that the motherly care she renders to her patients is normal, but her feat is tremendous. This humble nurse has attended to a total number of 7,463 patients during the lockdown period since 2020. She has also personally attended to 57 deliveries since the COVID-19 pandemic struck last year, and since 2018 she has assisted in 146 deliveries. She is a member of the Missionary Sisters of Mary Help of Christians of Northeast India, which runs a center at Soklong village with the sole objective of providing healthcare services to people from remote hamlets. Sister Veronica is fluent in local Khasi dialect and has been running the 11-bedded support center, which includes a single bed in the delivery room with 2 other support staffs. Here is an interaction with AR News Shillong. Sister, can you tell us about what motivated you to become a nurse and how do you feel after expanding your help to the people?
I was inspired to become a nurse in the year 1997 February while I was touring in the village. And I came across with one man who was having high fever while going to one village. Then that particular man was sleeping outside in the courtyard. He was covered with a blanket. Then I could see from far the blanket was shaking. Then at the time I was not yet a nurse. Then there was one particular nurse working together in the same community. She used to give us medicine like paracetamol, diarrhea medicine, vomiting medicine, all these things she used to give us to give for first aid. Then we carried that medicine, and while crossing to the village, I went to near that bend and I asked him, what happened, ba? That is in Garo Hill. Then he told me, sister, I'm so much fever and I'm having fever. Then I said, okay, whatever, maybe God is there with you, God will heal you. So please take this medicine. Then I gave the paracetamol medicine. I made sign of the cross on his forehead. Then I prayed for him with another sister. Then after that, he slept again. Again, we made him to drink hot water. Then we proceeded to another village. When we came back from that another village, again we have to come across again that village where that particular man was sleeping. Then we entered again to inquire about him, how he was feeling. Then he was cooking. Then he cooked. He said, sister, I cooked for you chicken because today, because of her medicine, I got all right. Then I am healed now. So please have food with us. And from there only, I got an inspiration. Because of that only one tablet of paracetamol, I got inspiration to become nurse. Then I feel so nice. With that, I read the gospel, in the gospel of Saint John, chapter 10, that they may have life in abundance. From that time, this gospel message is really from my head to it is full. Only I'm remembering this one. So that my dealing, my caring for the patient will be life in abundance.
And can you tell us what are some of the challenges that you have faced so far in your line of work after becoming a nurse?
Yeah, after becoming a nurse, yes, I was posted in a coal mine center like Chalang, Nonghalam, where there is no communication, where there is no transportation before, especially in Nonghalam. Then those places, wherever I work, I used to have accident cases, delivery case, and other different kinds of sicknesses faced by different people. Then, especially when there was no communication, really it was so difficult for me to consult with the doctor. We never look who is what, from where, whether they are, what denomination they belong, we never look, but only we take care of their sickness. Then transportation business. Regarding this transportation, there are some cases who are very serious, but there are sumos and taxis, those who are not, don't want to carry because they are afraid that this particular patient may die in their vehicle. So I used to cry for them. Why not? Because you are not going to live forever in the world. These are particularly, have say, some sumo drivers or bus driver or taxi driver, they were not willing to carry. Many times I have to carry the serious patient even by jeep or by pickup also. So difficult, so painful. That's why wherever I work, I used to plead for ambulance for the needs of the patient. So wherever I work, Chalang, Nonghalam, Mausingram, Maukorot, and now Mausingram at present, I got ambulance. Of course, in Mausingram, I got from NEPCO. So wherever I work, local MLAs and other NGOs were really, they saw it with their own eyes that we are struggling to help the sick and the suffering. So they used to give the ambulance. And people also are generous. Like how to say, those who really feel for the sick and the suffering. But there are those who are really afraid of sick, dying people.
So, sister, you have faced a lot of challenges till now. And currently, where are you posted and what are the common cases that you encounter in your center regularly?
At present, I am posted in Mausingram, East Khasi Hills. The common diseases that I face, I came across a respiratory tract infection, urinary tract infection, then skin problem, we call it dermatitis, and snake bite, dog bite, accident cases of different road accident, fall from the building, fighting, also accident cases, because of drunkenness, so they bite each other's thumb. All, I can send you the photos, so afterwards you will see all funny cases I face in Mausingram. And mostly, how to say, we have done these cases also. And delivery cases, mostly I am so much concerned for delivery cases. And in Maushindam one day I came across and I fell in love with pregnant mother. So before, when I look after other missions, especially the Babadam PHC and all, I don't have that much love for delivery case, pregnant mother I mean. But really, after I came to Maushindam, I don't know. So when I see pregnant mother, I just fell in love with them. I just want to ask them whether the well-being of the fetus and the mother. But I cannot simply pass by when I see delivery, I mean pregnant mother. Then so far, till today, I have conducted 149 deliveries. So far, by the grace of God, we do not face NMR. We got insurance IMR. Those cases were referred from other institutions to Shillong. But they came to me, but they never revealed to me that they were referred from one institution to higher institution. But they came to me, but after coming to me, I should tell them, your baby, you may not be able to get your baby, but I will work hard to save your life. Then they agreed, then so we would work hard to save the life of the mother. Then after delivery, they should reveal to me that they were referred from one institution to higher center. But they came to me that they never revealed to me before still they deliver, no? So that kind of cases also I faced. But I found really fulfillment because I was able to save.
Okay, this is another question that I would like to place regarding the healthcare. What would you like to say that the healthcare facility is good in the state, or do we need improvement here in this area?
As of now, a healthcare facility in Meghalaya, I feel nice because I do work together in collaboration with the CAC and PHC wherever I work. So they also work together with me. Of course, there are some, I have to say, some backward also is there, some, but everything cannot be 100%, no. When you see that some difficulties are there, we have to pray for each other. That is only that way I took it. And I do work in rural areas, especially in the year 2009 to 2012, when I was in charge of Bakbiran Babadam PHC. It was really a challenging work for me as a religious nun. But with the help of God, first of all, secondly, with the cooperation of my staff, we are able to do so much to save life in abundance. Especially first delivery to in Babadam was, a lady with their person. When we told her to do like this, when she was doing another way. So it was really challenging for me. But if the government, if the PHCs are there in the interior villages, really we could help so much for the people who never go to the town. So I am happy, especially I got chance to work in the rural area where vehicles are not reaching often, especially those times when I worked, the road was Kasa road. Now only it's a black top. Otherwise, sometimes we have to go by vehicle, we have to get down, again you have to climb. But even then, when we love the people, that is nothing. We long to reach to the place where we work so that we can save life in abundance.
Sister, lastly, what message would you like to give to those who want to become a nurse like yourself and serve humankind?
Message that I want to give to those who want to become a nurse is to be committed in one's call to give life in abundance without seeing who is what and from which category or religion they belong. For they all are our brothers and sisters. Love them, accept them, care and pray for them.
Thank you for your time, sister.
Thank you so much.
And before we sign off, we bring to you this lovely song from Sikkim. And with this, we come to the end of this edition of Northeast Diary. Do tune in next week to hear some more enchanting stories from the northeast part of India. Bye-bye. This program was presented by Anuja Kumar, scripted by Suparna Saikia, produced by Sharmila Goswami, and assisted by Kamlesh Mudgal. It was brought to you by the News Services Division of All India Radio.